Welcome to Module 4. We will discuss how the SMS concepts from Module 1, along with the regulatory requirements from Module 2 and BART enhancements from Module 3, pertain to your work at BART.
Consider the ways in which your daily duties involve the safety risk management, safety assurance, and safety communication components of SMS. When you discover a safety issue, who is it communicated with? Do you share it with other affected departments? Is it registered with the relevant safety committee onto a hazard log to track analysis and resolution?
If you change a rule, process, or part, is it formally evaluated for the potential to introduce unforeseen hazards? Do you check with other departments on the potential impacts?
When you track safety data, is it coordinated with BART's broader efforts toward consistent and holistic safety performance monitoring? Are there targets in mind, and documented, for that data to reach?
Take, for example, a train operator who observes a work zone setup that does not appear to be established properly, and this operator has seen this issue on multiple occasions. As she reports this safety concern through the Employee Safety Reporting Program, all elements of SMS will be applied. The safety policy established in the PTASP establishes BART's goals and objectives. BART's policy establishes clear responsibilities within each department to proactively and reactively respond to safety concerns and safety issues.
The train operator is playing a key role at the individual employee level by reporting a hazard, and the formal process and intradepartmental coordination to address hazards is formalized via the safety risk management element. The concern is analyzed and evaluated for the level of risk. This may involve additional observations or interviews to determine whether this is a pervasive issue, and other details about this particular operator's report. BART will also determine potential mitigations, such as clarifying its training and procedures, or giving the roadway personnel a tool they were lacking.
Since work zones being consistently established is part of an overall program procedure within transportation, this is part of the safety assurance element of SMS. BART may measure its actions in response to employee safety reports to determine if they are appropriately resolved. This may be done through ongoing rules compliance checks and observations to ensure compliance and that mitigations are working to consistently establish work zones.
Finally, under the fourth element of SMS, this one report of a condition may result in a meaningful change to the work zone protection setup, which would result in a need to develop or enhance training programs for roadway workers and in communicating any changes or reinforcement to employees. Also, BART must communicate back to the reporting person, if identified, on the resolution of safety concerns.
Think about how this understanding of SMS would apply for your department's employees at all levels. For example, a person who works in an office or drives a work truck will encounter different hazards that require analysis and mitigation by different responsible parties. As you contemplate these different permutations, is your department organized in a way to handle these situations, to track them, and to coordinate with other departments? What other resources might you need? In the coming years, as BART builds a new safety culture centered on SMS, many of these aspects of coordination will come into focus and will be formally developed in a practical manner.
The example we just discussed shows how departments must come together to proactively address potential safety risks through each component of SMS. Some prior system safety concepts and practices implied that the safety department may be primarily responsible for anything safety-related, or that safety issues are communicated one way. In some cases, departments have even undertaken their own independent approach to tracking safety-related data, which will serve as a platform for the more coordinated SMS.
SMS, and safety risk management in particular, require safety communications among all potentially affected departments, and both to and from the department's personnel. Many of the exemplary practices that your department already executes to manage risk may not have been viewed as safety practices, but they do indeed demonstrate SMS concepts. Former approaches fed safety issues to the safety department, but SMS calls for all departments to see how their shared responsibilities overlap. This is in part why the Safety Department has made and will continue to make organizational improvements so that they are more engaged district-wide and in evolving development of how safety processes fit together to paint a more accurate and complete depiction of safety and existing risk.
As discussed in Module 3, the Safety Department has made some organizational enhancements for 2021. We will discuss the roles and responsibilities of each of the 5 managers who work under the Chief Safety Officer. These personnel can be a resource for you, and should continually be aware of safety issues and improvements under your responsibility.
Rob Berry is now the manager of Rail Operations Safety for BART west of the Bay. This includes completing safety investigations and corrective action plans, which need input from your department as needed in order to be complete and effective. Rob manages other day-to-day activities such as operational rules compliance checks and assisting with safety audits.
Tony Onisco is responsible for the same duties as Rob Berry, but east of the Bay. This area includes oversight of the E-Line and the Oakland Airport connector. Tony will ensure that the best safety practices among BART's modes are elevated and applied consistently.
Jonathan Rawson is the Occupational Safety and Health Manager. He assists departments with meeting safety training requirements, conducts investigations and data analyses of employee injuries, and ensures departments are maintaining OSHA-compliant workspaces.
Joshua Teo is the Engineering and Environmental Safety Manager. Among his biggest duties are management of change, including the safety modification and certification programs. He should be notified of proposed changes to facilities, infrastructure, equipment, or operations to ensure the change is studied by all affected departments in order to avoid introducing new hazards to the system.
The SMS Manager position is new and will be filled in 2021. The SMS Manager will be responsible for gathering your department's information for annual PTASP updates. This manager will also gather documents from your department and conduct verification activities as part of the internal safety audit program. This new position will also be instrumental in managing BART's safety performance targets and employee safety reporting program. Furthermore, as noted earlier in this presentation, the SMS Manager will be responsible for coordinating with you and your colleagues to tie together the various actions you already undertake to address safety-related issues in your department, whether they have traditionally been handled by the Safety Department or if they are proactive steps you have undertaken in your department. The SMS Manager will coordinate and formalize information sharing, in which safety duties in all departments overlap and integrate with each other. Furthermore, the SMS Manager will work with SMS professionals from across the transit industry, with CPUC officials, and with SMS specialists outside of transit to build a robust SMS program for BART, one that is continuing to grow and seek improvement in the safety of BART's operation.
In conclusion, these safety department changes will result in improved gathering and sharing of data, communication and management of information from safety committees, inspections and oversight at all hours, and helping your department continue to fully mature into operating within an SMS mindset. It is incumbent on all departments to actively use SMS in their daily activities, and to communicate those activities, metrics, and needs to other departments, with formalized SMS approaches underlying these activities.
Thank you for participating in these modules. SMS will be a continuous evolution that will result in a more proactive and informed safety culture at BART.